what does Autosar stand for, by the way? So now let's introduce the name here. Autosar stands for Automotive Open Systems Architecture. And you can see here we have these two O's. That's kind of signified by this nice symbol here. But nevertheless, it's Autosar with a single O here. And what are the aspects of Autosar? Well, Autosar is, as I've already said, standardization. Standardization of three different things: of interfaces, of exchange formats, and of methodology. So what do I mean by this? Standardization of interfaces. I already mentioned this a little bit. When you have different parts of your software, different aspects of Autosar, you can buy them from different suppliers. You can develop your own if you follow the standard, and they will talk to each other without any major problems. Exchange formats means the way in which you exchange data, either between the OEM and the Tier 1 or within the Tier 1, this data is standardized. So there is no textual description anymore. We are working on XML-based descriptions with anything that we design and import and export out of our tools in Autosar. And methodology has mostly to do with the idea that with Autosar, we are shifting our development largely away from a purely code-based development, writing code directly, towards a code generation approach, where we mostly configure parameters and then generate code based on that. And what kind of code are we generating? So we can see this here on the left side, on the right side. This is the Autosar stack, or this is a small, reduced version of the Autosar stack. So what do we see here? You can see that there is a lot of small pieces to our standard software. These small pieces are referred to in the following parts as modules. These are basic software modules. The larger gray areas are these modules are grouped in larger gray areas to functional clusters. So these larger gray areas are functional clusters. So this means the modules within such a cluster are very closely interacting. So to give you an example, what do we have? We have, for example, a diagnostics cluster. We have a non-volatile memory management cluster, a non-volatile memory cluster. We have a communications cluster. We have bus-specific clusters, CAN, LINT, FlexRay, Ethernet. Mode management cluster, microcontroller abstraction layer. So that's all part of the Autosar standard, and you can take any module from any supplier and they will work in theory together with each other. Speaking from practical experience, I can say that I would not recommend to mix modules within a cluster too much between different suppliers, as they are much closer linked to each other. There's much more interaction, and of course nobody is perfect. Every supplier might have their own, let's say, flavor a little bit in how they develop their modules, and of course they test these modules with each other. So my recommendation would be, if you want to mix software from different suppliers, try to only mix clusters. Not always possible, but just a general recommendation. Don't try to mix within clusters. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a lot of modules. Now, do you need all of them? No. So Autosar not only allows the integration of modules from different suppliers, it also allows you to be scalable. If you don't have a FlexRay on your ECU, you don't need the FlexRay cluster. So the entire stack here is very modular in the way you can use all this.